Welcome back to Pages of the Heart. I'm Cassidy, and together with Hope, we're diving deep into Chapter 1 of Josie Riviera's A Winter Promise, The Weight of Winter. Have you ever wondered what happens when an artist stops believing in the power of beauty? Today, we're exploring a fascinating story about how one cruel comment shattered not just a career, but an entire marriage.
The way this story opens really grabbed me. Finding that wooden doll in the attic meant for children that never came. It immediately sets up these layers of loss they're dealing with.
And what's so powerful is how their grief manifests in these everyday moments, like that breakfast scene where they can barely speak to each other over cold coffee. It's like watching a marriage freeze in real time.
Hmm, the physical details really tell the story, don't they? The way he just sits there, not even touching his food, while she's desperately trying to reach him.
Well, you know what fascinates me? The contrast between Nathan's artistic woodworking and his brother Thomas's practical furniture. It's this perfect metaphor for the tension between beauty and utility that runs through their whole community.
Oh, and the way people whisper about them at church, making those pointed comments about Thomas's practical work. The social pressure just adds another layer to their struggles.
Speaking of layers, that photograph Clara brings to Nathan's workshop just breaks my heart. Them standing there in their fine clothes outside their store, it's like looking at ghosts of their former selves.
The physical decline in their circumstances is so striking, too. Her patched coat, those boots with cracks letting in the cold, you can literally see their dreams wearing thin.
And then we finally learn what really broke Nathan. That dismissal by the governor's wife calling him an upstart. It's amazing how one person's words can completely shatter someone's sense of purpose.
You know what makes it even more complex? The way his father's warnings about pride get tangled up in all this. Like he's internalized this idea that his artistic ambitions were somehow wrong.
Well, just look at his workshop now. He's gone from exotic woods and fine tools to basic pine boards. It's like he's punishing himself for daring to dream too big.
The symbolism of winter throughout really drives that home. Everything frozen and waiting for some kind of thaw.
But there's this thread of hope running through it all. That snow angel becomes this beautiful recurring symbol, like faith made visible in the middle of their winter.
So, what do you think about how Eleanor Clemens uses those biblical examples to validate artistic expression? It's such an interesting way to challenge this idea that practical always equals valuable.
That's actually one of my favorite elements. The way she references King Solomon decorating the temple and Moses calling on gifted artisans. It completely reframes the relationship between faith and creativity.
The economic realities woven throughout make everything feel so much more urgent, too. This isn't just about artistic expression, it's about survival.
And yet, here's what's really fascinating. The story suggests that maybe those things aren't as separate as we think. Like when Clara says, there's honesty and beauty too. God's truth isn't solely in utility.
Well, that really challenges our modern obsession with productivity above all else, doesn't it?
Exactly, and the way the author handles these spiritual elements is so skillful. It's not preachy. It's about this deep wrestling with questions of calling and purpose and what truly matters.
The complexity of Clara's character really brings that home. She's trying to hold on to hope while dealing with very real anger and disappointment.
You know, looking at how all these themes interweave marriage, faith, art, community, economic survival it really makes you think about what we value and why.
And whether we sometimes give up on beautiful things too easily just because they don't seem practical enough.
That's really what it comes down to, isn't it? The courage to create beauty in a world that often seems to only value utility. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is simply believe our gifts have worth, even when others don't see it. For our listeners who are following along, what moments in this chapter resonated most with you? Have you ever felt like Nathan? Afraid to pursue something beautiful because of past rejection? Next episode, we'll see how Josie continues to develop this theme of reclaiming God given gifts. Keep believing in the power of second chances and the courage to create beauty in a world that sometimes values only the practical.
Thanks for joining us on Pages of the Heart.
Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode. If you enjoyed today's chapter, a quick rating or review goes a long way in helping more listeners find us.
Until next time, thanks again for listening.